One of the main things that people who invest in going to workshops and seminars often want to know is the outcomes which they're going to get out of attending it. What are the key benefits of going to one of your sales workshops?
Stuart, there are a lot of benefits by coming to these workshops or seminars. And ultimately, the biggest benefit of all is being able to be closing a deal. Now, I know there's a lot of telling and, perhaps not a lot of selling in a lot of these meetings, but we're going to teach people how to prepare for meetings. We're going to teach them how to figure out what's happening inside the heads of customers or buyers. We also want to teach salespeople and business development people how to prepare properly for these meetings, to think about the sales process. Now, I know there's a lot said about Sales 101 and the sales process, but trust me, it's one of the most important and fundamental aspects of any sales meeting. If you don't follow the structure of a sales process properly, it's highly unlikely that you're going to close a deal. And I mean, who wants to sit in front of a customer and not close a deal? So one of the key benefits also of these workshops and seminars is to prepare you for these meetings, to understand what's happening potentially in the head of the buyer, to try and match your product with the buyer's needs and not necessarily sell them something they don't want. Because if you're going to try and harp on about something they don't want, you're wasting time, and time is precious in these meetings. And that's another thing that salespeople and business people need to understand. Time is of the essence in meetings. There's only a limited amount of it, so use it to your best advantage. We're also going to teach you about logic and brevity, and we're going to teach you ultimately how to ask for the business. I mean, why are you sitting in front of customers and they're not closing deals? Clearly, you're doing something wrong. Are you answering all the questions they've asked you? Have you answered these questions properly? Have you asked them whether or not you've answered their questions properly? So all these things, Stuart, we're going to teach people a process, and we're going to teach them a process that works. So when they sit in front of customers, again, after coming to one of our workshops or seminars, you can rest assured there's a strong possibility they're going to be closing some deals at last.
How long is the workshop?
The workshop is a half day. It's a few hours, 3-4 hours. And there will be a morning tea and there will be a lunch as well. And during the workshop, we're going to cover off 3 important areas of sitting in front of a customer, trying to understand what it is that needs to be done for you to walk out of there with a deal signed.
How much does role play factor in the workshops that you're running?
Look, role play is something a lot of salespeople and business development people don't particularly like. But what it does is it actually prepares you for meetings. And when you role play, a lot of the questions that get asked are most likely the types of questions that get asked in a sales meeting. So why not rather prepare, for these meetings as opposed to going in and just, you know, being totally unprepared and walking out there disappointed because the customer is not buying from you. So when you write an exam or you're doing a course, you want to pass that course, and you do a lot of homework before that and preparation and study before you write exams. So why would you not do preparation before you go into a sales meeting? I mean, it's illogical not to. And this is one of the crux things in sales is preparedness. Without being prepared, it's highly unlikely you're going to walk away disappointed. So one of the big benefits of coming to our workshop or seminar is that you are going to be taught exactly how to prepare for sales meetings, and not only being taught how to prepare for them, but also to get that ultimate commitment that you're sitting in front of that customer for. You want to walk out there excited and happy, and that's exactly what we are going to teach you.
Throw you a bit of a curveball as a final question today. What's the best sales training you've ever been through?
Stuart, I've been to so many sales courses and seminars over the years. I think one of the better ones was actually preparing for a sales meeting and having a scenario where I actually went in unprepared. And, most salespeople who are good can actually wing it for a long time. But what I realized during that meeting, quote unquote, if we can call it that, is that if you lack preparation, there's a lot of stuff you don't convey to the buyer. And some of the stuff you need to convey to buyers is exactly what might get a deal over the line. So, yeah, I mean, to answer your question, a role play was probably one of the best things I've ever done, but being unprepared. So what it actually taught me ultimately was that I do need to be prepared for these meetings. Like I said, you can wing it, but only to a certain degree. If you're prepared, you're not winging it, and you will close the deal.
Peter McAdam is the head sales trainer at Macademy, and he is going to be running a sales training workshop, roadshow throughout the South Island in the next couple of weeks. If you want to have a look at the schedule or you want to pre-register your interest, you can go to developmorebusiness.com/contact, and Peter will be happy to share more information with you about the dates and times of the workshops and getting you to sign up for it if you are interested. And we thank him very much once again for coming on the channel.